Hey YouTubers, it's Michelle and I'm back today with a share. This is for a purse swap that I did on a Yahoo group called DedicatedSwappers at yahoogroups.com, and I will have the link to this swap group at the bottom. It's a great group of ladies. I've swapped with them for years and they all do wonderful work. We did a swap on there. Basically mimicking the swap that Bona had done, and the girl that actually hosted the swap, I actually got her name, and so I had to do her purse and her 10 items for her purse. So what I did, she wanted a Parisian theme, and her colors were black, tan, red, cream, and I think that's it. And black. I don't know if I said black. So anyway, this is what I come up with. I used some odor paper that I had purchased at Hobby Lobby quite a while ago, and it was all the colors exactly like she had asked for. So I used that, covered the front. Then I bought one of the Eiffel Tower unfinished wood pieces at Michael's, and I painted it, and I decorated it with some bling. Then I printed out some words on my computer, different inspirational themed type of words, and I cut that out, inked it up, and then pop dotted it on there. I put some buttons on there, and then this is some of the wild orchid craft flowers that I used. I also tied a little bit of seam binding down here at the top of the handle. And then the finish, I was actually going for a crackle finish and it didn't work, but I actually kind of like how this finish looks. And it's black, and actually I used some white, but you can't see that. Actually it was a cream. And then I used some ribbon buff. And then the back, I just finished it off with the paper. Then the inside of it, as you can see, I really didn't do anything to the inside. I really liked the way that it turned out, just the finish, and I really couldn't think of a neat way to decorate the inside of this without getting rid of the neat finish look to it, so I just left it as is. I thought it looked like an old trunk, so I just really liked it. But I did get her a little doily to put in there. So I will show you the items that I made her. Stick this to the side. First item I made her was a nameplate. Her name is Melissa, but she goes by Liz. So again, I painted it with the same kind of finish, and I decorated it with some pearls in the paper. And the flowers are wild orchid flowers, and then I have some wood pieces that I had either purchased at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I can't remember, and I inked those up a little bit to distress them. So that's her little word plaque. The next thing I did for her was what they call the Wbook, and you do this out of one sheet of paper. I had done this for another one too, and you basically get 4 sheets, and the first sheet and the last sheet are pockets, so she can put little tags or journaling in there if she wants to. I decorated it up with a rosette that I made on my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and then of course I used an old button in the middle and finished it off with some DMC floss. Then Next item is one of the little card holders or note holders that you find in the dollar aisle at Michael's. As you can see, there's a little clip right there. And I just decorated it with a cute little rosette. So she can use this to put cards on, decorate, that she has decorated that she might want to showcase, or she can put business cards, little notes, just, you know, whatever she decides. So, I thought that was really cute. Next item I did was I altered a small wooden frame for her. I used, again, the same coordinating papers, the wild orchid crafts flowers, and some of the pearls. Again, just really pretty finish on there. So that's that. The next thing I did for her was I made her a magnet. I don't know if it'll stay. It's not going to stay. But anyway, she can put a photo there. And it's just made out of a clothespin. And then there's the magnet right there. So I just altered the clothespin with some punches, some flower punches, and some buttons. And then I cut this out of chipboard using a Sizzix Stampin' Up die. And then of course I used some of the Tim Holtz adage tags and some Prima roses and some buttons and some GNC floss and some of the Viva Decor pearl pins. So I really liked how that turned out. That's that. Next item I did for her was one of the old bottles that you get at Joann's. I just basically decorated it with a flower punch and put her initial in on there. Then I tied it off with some tulle and I used some little red bling. And then I wrapped a piece of the pattern paper around as like a little band. The next item that I did were the keys of life. And each key says something different. It says live, laugh, love, and create. And I just cut them out using a Sizzix key die. Cut them out of chipboard and then covered them with pattern paper. So I figure every little vintage purse needs a set of keys. And the next item that I did was I did another one of the altered popsicle sticks. It says wherever you go, go with all your heart. I used a butterfly that I think that I purchased in the floral department at Hobby Lobby, and I decorated it with a little red bling, and then of course I put a little button down at the end. So it turned out really, really cute. My next item that I did was an altered canvas, and I just painted it black, put some some gold ribbon buff on it, and then I just decorated it up with some Prima flowers and some wild orchid flowers. Then I also put it on an easel, which I painted and kind of distressed with some black soot ink, and then I decorated it with some little flower punches, and of course used some of the Viva Decor pearl pins. next item that I did is a wood piece. As you can see, it's just a bunch of hearts and it says live, laugh, and love. And I decorated it with the same coordinating papers and the wild orchid craft flowers. This is actually something that I won from Bohemian's Scrap Girl Terry from her gift away that she did a while back. I was the lucky recipient and she sent me this, so I thought this was the perfect time to alter this. Again, I gave it that same old looking finish. And the last thing that I did, this is the one thing that I was the most proud of. And hold on just a moment. Let's set my camera down for just a second. Oh. Here we go. Is this, and this is actually a wood spool that I decorated with some old vintage lace. Then I took the Tim Holtz dress form and I cut it in half, and I put some cotton swabs in there and wrapped it with some really pretty satin material, and I made her a little pin, and so she can use this as a pin cushion. And the way that I kept that on there is I put another one of the flowers on the back and just kind of backed it. But there's the little spool, the altered spool. And this idea kind of came out of nowhere. It was, you know, putting some other people's ideas together, and then, I mean, like this dress form, I've seen Arlene, My Butterfly Kisses, do a dress form, the whole thing though, and put it like on a card or a page or something as an embellishment. So I mean, I did get that idea from her, and of course everybody has been altering the spools. But what I was gonna do was I was just gonna wrap it with some lace and then just decorate the top with some roses. But as I started wrapping it with the lace, I thought, wow, that looks like a skirt. So then my mind started going in different directions, and this is what I come up with, and I just thought it turned out really cute. So that is all the items that I did for her. I will lay them all out here so you can see the whole thing laid out. I hope she likes it. I know she does beautiful work when she does her swaps and stuff, so I'm just hoping that she likes what I come up with for her. Please disregard all this background music. Noise, not music, but noise, because I thought it would be actually quieter outside to do this and I would have better lighting. But I'm starting to think maybe not. Between the dogs, the motorcycles, the band down the street, the high school band playing at the local park. It's a little noisy out here. And so that is all of her goodies. Melissa, I hope you really like this. I'm going to try to get this out in the mail to you either tomorrow, which is Wednesday, or Thursday at the latest. So I really enjoyed doing this. I really liked the colors and the theme that she gave me. It was really fun to work with. And my mom, one of the worst critics around, she even liked it. So to get her stamp of approval, it's got to be pretty good, I guess. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm sorry that the camera was so wobbly again. I was holding the camera, and again, I'm sorry for all the background noise. I don't think I'll be filming any more videos outside. This was not a good move. So anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget about my giveaway. If you haven't signed up for my giveaway, definitely go back and look at my videos and sign up for the Tim Holtz apron giveaway. The deadline to sign up is October the 5th. You must be a subscriber and you must comment on the video. And if you watch the video in its entirety, you will also see that there are other ways to win as well. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So thanks again for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.